Going to do the poll list for the 30th of January 2013. Today was good. 2 Punisher titles, so it's like Punishment Wednesday. Plus I got some more Stitches out, so I'm pretty happy today. So let's get on with the poll list. Of course, my mail is still, I don't know what's going on, so some of my Marvel titles are not here. The Avengers #4 being the primary one that I really wanted to read. Also X-Men Legacy #5 and Superior Spider-Man, which I still haven't read the first one. #2 came out today. So those ones I don't have. I was going to read them though, and I'll probably, like I said, when I read Superior Spider-Man 1, go ahead and tear it up and throw it on the ground, and I'd like to light it on fire, but I might catch the studio on fire, so I don't want to, do that, even though I do want to do that. Anyways, let's move right along. So we got 2 Punisher titles this Wednesday. Punisher Warzone right there. It's after this there's 1 story left. This is 4 of 5. I'm really liking where the story is going. The Avengers were chasing Frank Castle, and of course Logan was the one who warned him that they were coming for him, because Logan and Frank are boys, and I just think that's awesome, because those are like 2 great comic book heroes that don't take shit from anybody. So seeing those 2 collaborate like that was pretty awesome. So I'm really happy with that story. I'm actually sad that it's coming to an end and there's only 1 issue after this. So go ahead and read that this week, review it later. Then the very final one of Punisher Nightmare, 5 of 5, came out today as well. So we have that to read, and I'm pretty stoked to see how it ends, because #4 I thought was picked up itself from #3, like I said in my review that I posted last night. So pretty stoked to see what's going to go ahead and happen there. And then this is a reprint, but it came out today. It's the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer, when I was a kid, was one of my all-time favorite comic book characters, which is odd because he was such a philosophical character, and I'm pretty sure as a kid I was pretty much a hellion and not philosophical, and I'm pretty sure that my parents can attest to that, and I know my mom watches this channel, so she's probably getting a chuckle out of that. But yeah. Anyway, moving along to Image Comics, those 3 were under Marvel. I picked up Mera #2. I read the first one a couple weeks ago. It's basically a society that's obsessed with sports, and these sports stars are like much today. They're millionaire, billionaire types. And well, she is a volleyball player. She collapsed on the field in the first one. Nobody knows what's happening, and I kind of was lost with the story. And I talked to a couple of other people, and they were like, "Where's this story going?" So hopefully this #2 kind of goes from there, because I'd like to kind of see what's going on. So I'm giving it another chance. I grabbed #2 today, so be reading that as well. And then we have Hack Slash, the Hack Slash under Image, and I like Hack Slash because I'm a huge Tim Seeley fan. He also is the writer for Revival, which is one of my favorite titles under Image right now. With that being said, I actually liked Hack Slash better under DDP, because the female artist who used to draw for the characters I like better, because I think a lot of the dudes are just like horny guys that need to get laid or something that are drawing on it. On the earlier ones in Image, it's really noticeable, because it just takes away from the character the way that they're drawing her. They're kind of making her trashy, and if you actually have read the comics, she's not a trashy character at all. So anyway, I highly recommend Hack Slash, but if you're going to read it, I would read the ones under DDP first. At least the first 12, because those were really well done. And with that being said, these are getting better, and even in the backs of these under the letter columns, Tim Seeley has addressed the fact that a lot of people have complained about how they were drawing the characters in them. So it is being fixed. So let's hope it just keeps getting better from there, because I am a huge Tim Seeley fan, and I like his work. And then we go to DC, and before everybody starts trashing me and telling me, "Hey, you said that you don't like anything except Batman and the Justice League under DC's title," and yeah, I said that, and it's 99% true, but I get sucked into stories, kind of like how I watched all of Arrow the other day, which is completely crappy, but it was like a guilty pleasure, and I watched it anyway. So It's kind of why I read some of the comics I do, because I get sucked into things, and I'm kind of obsessive, and I just keep reading them, even though I shouldn't be reading them. So, Aquaman, number 16, came out today, and, you know, this one went with the storyline of the Justice League from a couple of weeks ago when Atlantis was rising, so I wanted to actually continue reading the different story arcs in that to see where it goes from there. So, be reading that this week as well. And then we have The Flash, and you know, he has just tapped into the Speed Force a couple of issues back, and now he is trying to learn how to control the Speed Force and manipulate space and time, kind of like that. So it's kind of interesting. So I picked it up so I want to just finish that storyline out, see what happens there. And then lastly, I picked up Injustice, which is under DC as well. I knew nothing about it. I just thought it looked cool because Superman was fighting Batman on it, so I asked the dude that owned the comic book shop if he knew anything about it. He said no, except that it was based on a video game that's supposed to come out. And usually I hate video game comic book style movies, but I thought I'd just give it a chance since the video game's not out yet. So I'm going to go ahead and read those. I'll review those later in the week. And I'll throw this video up, and then I'm going to do another video because I've had a lot of questions on, hey, what's some of your favorite comics, you know, what comics are out there, blah, 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 things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do a video after this one gets loaded, and then I'll put that up. So until then, peace. Go to the fucking gym!